Hey everybody, how's it going? So owning an RV, there's a lot more involved to owning an RV than you might think. A lot of people think you just hook it up, you jump in and you just go. There's a lot of safety features that you really need to take into consideration nowadays. And one of the best ones that you can really invest in is a TPMS, a tire pressure monitoring system. Now, a lot of these will interface with the newer rigs, like in particular here, my truck, if I have the proper type of TPMS, I can hook up via Bluetooth or Wi-Fi or direct cable the TPMS system on my trailer to my truck so that I can get a readout of my truck so I know what's happening with my trailer. That's a lot of information. Why did I pick this particular TPMS system? Well, there's one major reason, and that is the level of air pressure that this particular one here can handle. Most TPMS systems can take up to about 87 psi. My tires run at between 100 and 110 psi all the time. So I want to make sure that if my tire temperature, the air temperature inside the tire gets too high or the air pressure gets too high, I can pull over, I can let the trailer and the tires rest and cool off before we have a catastrophic failure, which is usually a blowout, which means high potential for damage to the rig itself and a potential for collateral damage, injuries, other vehicles getting damaged, and all that comes out of my pocket as the vehicle that has that issue. So TPMS system, this particular one here, I don't believe integrates with my onboard rig, but that's okay because it has this cool little thing right here. It's just a tiny little readout. It doesn't take up much space, and you can set it just about anywhere in the cab. But it's got a solar panel on the back so that once it's fully charged, you got to charge it all the way before you plug it in. There's your USB-C plug-in portal. This just sits on your dash, and there's some stickum right here. You just peel off one end, put that on there, peel off the other end, put it on your dash or wherever. I may replace this with a 3M system so that I can remove it without damaging my dash. But the way this works is this particular one has 6 sensors. I only have 4 wheels on my trailer, so I'm only going to install the first 4. And so I'll probably do on the right, on the driver, or on the left, on the driver's side, 1 and 2, and then on the passenger side, on the right, 3 and 4, and then 5 and 6 I can leave alone. Or I can even take 5 and put it on the spare tire, which is probably not a bad idea because spare tire is often overlooked. And if you have a flat, you go to put your spare on and it's flat, it's something you could have known about beforehand if you had a TPMS on it. So fairly easy to install. Again, you got to charge the base first. It does come with a charging code. It's kind of a short one here, but hey, it came with a cord, right? And then you pair up the individual sensors to the base, and the sensors themselves, they're just these tiny little things. They're actually kind of amazing that this little thing here has its own battery in it. It has a sensor in it, and it has a transmitter in it. I think that's just quite amazing personally. So first thing first, to install, you have this little brass nut. You install that on your valve, your air valve, and then you put that all the way on, and then you put this on, and then you tighten this up against the back of this so that it can't loosen up. Keeps it in place, keeps it from falling off. And you do that with all of them. And then once they're all in place, you make sure that they're paired up correctly for position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if you're going to use your spare tire, and you go from there. So let's see if we can get these installed. I have slide out on one side, but not on the other side. So let's take a look at how these are installed. Now, I'm not going to install this right now just because my base system is not completely charged, and you're supposed to charge everything up before you do it. But again, you take one of these, And they give you this cheesy little wrench here. It works, but it's cheesy. I removed the previous TPMS system that was on here because it only went to 85 pounds, which is nowhere near enough. And again, I can run up to 110 pounds on these tires. So you put that puppy on. And then again, I'm going to run these as 1 and 2. On the other side, 3 and 4. And then number 5 will be the spare. And then you just put this on. Tighten it down. Bring that nut up tight to it. And then you take your wrench here and you tighten that nut up tight against this here. And then once they're all on, then you pair it to your base here. And once your base is paired to all of these, then you can turn it on and you're good to go. It will sing an alarm at you if your tire pressure goes too low or your tire pressure and temperature go too high. And you really want to pay attention to that, because if you don't, you could have, like I said before, catastrophic failure. And you want to avoid that at all costs, believe me. So there you have it, guys. I'm going to get this charged up, and then we'll show you how to pair everything and how to install it, and then we'll go from there. Have a great day, everybody. Cheers.